Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We have breaking news as the search continues for a woman and child who are the focus of an Amber Alert that was issued about 30 minutes ago.
The toddler, Jaylee Azure, is believed to have been taken from a social service office in Grand Forks by Jasmine Davis. Azure, shown on the right, is an 18-month-old Native American. She is 2 feet 6 inches tall, weighs 28 pounds, and has brown hair and brown eyes. Jasmine Davis is a 21-year-old Native American. She is 5'7", weighs 100 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. Jaylee Azure will be wearing a pink Minnie Mouse shirt with white shorts with flowers stitched on them. Davis has a tattoo on her left forearm and may be wearing a black shirt with KFC on it and black pants. If you have any information, you can call the Grand Forks Sheriff's Department at the number on your screen, 780-8280.
I have a daughter, and I'd like her to not have to experience some of the things that I've experienced. I'd like to have her not worry about being attacked or hurt by someone. And I'd like her to know that if that did happen, that she would see some kind of justice.
The brother of a missing North Dakota woman is confirming with Valley News Live that Olivia Lone Bear's body was found in a pickup submerged in Lake Sakakawea.
The 32-year-old Lone Bear had been missing since late October when she was seen leaving a Newtown, North Dakota bar in her pickup. As the search for the mother of 5 appears to end, a new task force here in Fargo begins.
A woman from Olivia's tribe is joining forces with other Fargo women who say they want a different future for their daughters. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz has their plans for change.
You know, when we lose our women, we're entire population and future generations are impacted. So it's a huge loss on our communities.
More than 9 months after Olivia Lone Bear went missing, officials and family are confident her body's been found.
Just sadness and frustration that we still aren't getting the work done in order to keep it from happening. I'm only 31, and I can't remember a time when I thought, geez, I think things are really getting better for Native people.
But amid the tragic outcome comes a new spark for change.
I think that's something that should be front and center, justice and preventing this from happening to anyone else.
Ruth Buffalo is from Lone Bear's tribe in the Newtown, North Dakota area. She's been aiding the search throughout the past year. Buffalo helped start a task force here in Fargo to fight what she calls an epidemic of missing and murdered Indigenous women.
The higher numbers of our Native American women go missing at an alarming rate.
Where I grew up at, people went missing all the time and were killed all the time.
Whitney Fear is also a member of the MMIW task force. She wants to see a better future for her daughter, one where justice is served.
I don't think oftentimes people who victimize Indigenous people are brought to justice because either the victim's unwilling to report because they don't think anything is going to be done about it, or they are afraid.
The women are working to raise awareness and raise funds.
Law enforcement is on the reservations are always stretched way too thin because the lack of funding, I guess.
But this fight, they say, goes beyond just the Indigenous tribes.
We need allies, too. It can't just be Native people paying attention to this issue.
The effort, they say, should involve the whole community. In Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
This coalition is a transcontinental movement to stop violence against Native women and children. The task force first started after the disappearance of Savannah Greywind. Greywind went missing from her North Fargo home almost exactly a year ago and was later found dead in the Red River.
A North Dakota man was found guilty of attempted murder for trying to pay to have 2 people killed. 48-year-old Alexander Lael of New Rockford was convicted of offering money to have his ex-wife and a former employee killed in 2016. This was the first of several trials for Lael, who is accused of operating a drug ring in the Fessenden area. One of his case files is connected to former Wells County Sheriff Johnny Lawson, who pleaded guilty to drug and false report charges.
The family of a man found dead inside a home in Rolette County is speaking out. A criminal complaint shows investigators believe 49-year-old Ronald Wooten of Rolette shot and killed James Joey Pochant. Wooten faces murder and attempted murder charges following an hours-long standoff where he's accused of shooting at a SWAT vehicle. Pochant's mother, Claudette, says that her family is struggling through this tragedy.
He has 2 boys and a wife. He just got married in May. Really has a nice family and has 2 little boys. And Joey, I miss you and I love you. And I'm just trying to get through this. He is a very good man.
Wooten could face life in prison if he's convicted.
An arrest warrant has been issued for a North Dakota man accused of making sexual requests to women at 2 different locations. 50-year-old Lonnie Wyand of Minot is facing 2 counts of disorderly conduct, which are misdemeanors. Police released this surveillance photo of Wyand shortly after the accusations. Court documents state that in late May, a woman told police that Wyand approached her in the parking lot of the Target off of 13th Avenue in South Fargo and made a sexual request that caused her to become alarmed, concerned, and scared. And another woman told officers that she was approached by the man in a similar fashion later that same day at West Acres Mall. Wyand could face up to 100 days in jail and fines reaching $2,000.
2 people are in jail tonight after being on the run from authorities. 35-year-old Ryan Schaff of Grafton, 29-year-old Kayla Ramsrud were arrested at a farmstead near Walhalla. More than a week ago, the 2 allegedly stole a pickup in Walsh County and led officers on a high-speed chase before ditching the pickup near Walhalla and running off. Investigators say that Ramsrud's family played a role in helping officers find them. The 2 face charges of unlawful entry into a vehicle, theft of property, and fleeing officers.
Warmer weather returned today after a record-setting low temp overnight. Let's find out from Hutch what we can expect this evening. Hutch?
Yes, we beat that record low by 1 degree here in Fargo. 40 is how we started our day, and some of our neighbors to the north and northwest Minnesota starting the day in the upper 30s. The sunshine felt wonderful. We did hit the 70s in almost all locations this afternoon. It's in the 90s out in the western Dakotas. Seeing a few clouds pass overhead, spotty sprinkles mainly to the north as we head into the evening hours. A little thunder and lightning heading towards Towner County right now near Rock Lake and Rolla. As we speak, for the FM area, we will have a slight chance of a thunder shower in the evening, but by and large, that activity will remain to our north. Temperatures slipping into the 60s for most of your evening. That is pretty comfortable. Not as cold tonight, you guys, and the heat is just around the corner. I'll have details on a big-time warm-up here in a few moments.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
We now know the name of the driver who died in a car crash in Grand Forks this morning. Police say 33-year-old Tony Smith of Grand Forks wouldn't pull over for authorities. He turned off the vehicle's lights and the chase was on. Smith wound up driving into a tree and was ejected from the car. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
The Grand Forks officers who shot and killed a man during an incident last month will not face criminal charges. The attorney's office conducted an investigation into officers Michael Ruitt and Jordan Drees. Officials say the officers had justification to use deadly force in the shooting of John Murphy III. The incident happened back on July 8th when officers responded to a report of a suicidal man with a gun. Police say they encountered Murphy and a female family member soon after arriving on scene and that both had a gun. The woman put her firearm on the ground, but Murphy refused to cooperate. Police say that although Murphy did not fire his gun, his actions presented a perceived threat, resulting in 2 officers firing their weapons.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, trouble for the driver of a car that crashed into the side of a Valley City restaurant.
Up next, authorities are trying to find the vandals who decapitated a local statue.